What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 8 battle for the aABL, the A-Drive Army Battle League. This week we are taking on Ruben and his Dallas Cobalions. If you're a coach in the league and you look at the doc, it says that Ruben is 2-5. That is incorrect. He's actually 1-6, minus 26. He's had an unfortunate start to the season, and I'm hoping to be able to pick up a win. We've also had an unfortunate start to the season, but a win here could push us back into the playoff race potentially. We have two relatively hard matches after this. We take on the Denver Rapidash and then the Boston Bronzongs, who are undefeated, so that's going to be a very difficult match to end out our season. But I have a feeling that we are still in the playoff race. So let's run through Ruben's team here. He has Tapu Bulu, which is a Z user, Melodic, Arcanine, Crobat, Piloswine, X-Cloud, Zebstrika, which is the Z user, Mega Banette, Latios, which is the Z user, Umbreon, Lucario, and Aromatisse. I was not expecting Tapu Bulu, Umbreon, or Aromatisse. None of them came. Melodic, Arcanine, Piloswine, Zebstrika, Latios, and Lucario are what came. I'm predicting the Latios to be Z. It makes a lot of sense against my team. Something like, I don't know, Fightini, doesn't really get Fightinium Z. I don't know, like Ghostium Z maybe could be something that he would want to use to be able to break through Mega Gardevoir. Yeah, if you haven't seen my team builder, you should check that out. Otherwise, this is my team in a brief format. We are physically defensive Skarmory, Assault Vested Incineroar, we're speedy Rotom-Wash with HP Poison, which is completely worthless because he didn't bring Bulu. We're Banded Weavile. We are 2 attacks with a utility moveset on Mega Gardevoir, and we are Sleep Powder, Quiver Dance, 2 attack, Venomoth. So, going into this game, I was pressed to figure out what my lead was going to be. I thought it was kind of difficult to predict what he was going to lead with. I thought maybe Arcanine could lead, predicting like my Skarmory probably, and I don't have Volt Switch on the Rotom-Wash, so I don't really want to lead with that because it's not really safe for me to just pivot out on something, and Zebstrika can come in for free against it. So I ended up leading with my Incineroar, as he's going to lead with Arcanine. And I was running through the calc and I'm like, this thing can't do anything to me, and we're both intimidated. So I decided to go for the knockoff here, just to get rid of this thing's item. Lucario's not going to want to switch in on Incineroar, so I'm not afraid of giving that a justified boost. And we've seen the Arcanine is not justified either. If Melodic wants to come in here, I'm perfectly okay with getting rid of its item. That would be really good for me. So I'm going to go for the knockoff, as he's actually going to go for the close combat and reveals himself to be Choice Banded Arcanine. That is insane damage. I was not expecting close combat, and this severely hampers my Incineroar's usefulness for the rest of the game. I'm not super thrilled with how this Incineroar is doing in this game, or even in this season. It doesn't really have much of a role anymore in this game. I thought it was going to be my Latios check, but it can't fulfill that role anymore, which means Mega Gardevoir is going to have to be my way to deal with Latios. I also can't really check this Zebstrika very well now that Incineroar is this weekend, so I'm going to double into my Rotom-Wash on another close combat here, which he's going to go for. Does pitiful damage to my Rotom-Wash after he's -1 and doesn't have his Choice Band anymore. So I'm going to click Shadow Ball here, expecting Zebstrika to come in. I could have gone for HP Poison, but Shadow Ball has the chance of lowering the SpDef, which is what I wanted. So Toxic was also a play, but I really needed the Zebstrika weakened rather than on a timer. Here I'm going to sort of scout out what set he wants to be. He can't kill me with a Specs Thunderbolt. It's impossible unless he crits me. So I'm just going to click the Shadow Ball again, as he's going to Thunderbolt me. Does 57. It's about standard damage for no boosting item. So I think he's probably Scarf. Unfortunately, now I get the SpDef drop and a lower roll. Rotom is going to have to leave here. I'm going to go into my Incineroar to tank the hit a little bit, tiny bit better. If maybe I can bait him to like switch out or something like that. So I'm going to go into my Incineroar. He is just going to go for the Thunderbolt again, which is a 2-hit KO here. I kind of wish I had Fake Out on this set at this point to maybe get a little bit more chip damage off, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to click U-turn, and he's just going to kill me anyways. And I'm going to bring in my Weavile here. He thought a lot about this play. I didn't. I knew Pursuit was my play for sure, because he's got some good Ice Shard resist still. He's got Lucario, Arcanine, and Melodic up, and, excuse me, I really just want to get a Pursuit to kill this thing. I think he's Scarfed. I think that he knows that he can die to an Ice Shard at this point, so I'm going to Pursuit and try and kill him, which I'm able to do as I catch him switching out, and he's going to bring in his Melodic. He doesn't know that I'm Choice Banded. I could just be Knockoff, but I'm not going to risk him Scald Burning me, so I'm going to go with my Mega Gardevoir here, which is a decent check to this thing. I can get my Mega off, get my SpDef boost, which is kind of important for the Latios specifically. Going to my Gardevoir, traces Marvel Skills. We find out he's Marvel Skill and not competitive, which makes a lot of sense. I don't have anything for him to abuse competitive with, as he's going to miss a Toxic, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I don't know how much it mattered. I don't have Heal Bell in the set, obviously, but I don't think my Gardevoir is going to stick around that long against this team. I'm just going to go for the Taunt here to prevent him from going for another Toxic, which is what he decides to go for. And then this turn, I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice, scout out the damage. It looks like it could be a 2-hit KO, but he does have the leftovers, so it's a 3-hit KO. As he shoots off a Scald, looks to be uninvested, Melodic, fairly standard physically defensive set, I think. I'm going to go for the Wish this turn, which I think was a misplay, as he's going to double into his Lucario, which is very dangerous. A Hyper Voice would have blown that thing back. I'm just going to Wish Pass into Skarmory. Skarmory is always my Lucario check. He's not able to be Z Lucario, which means that he cannot break through my Skarmory with like SC Fightinium. I knew Bullet Punch had to come off. It was his only way to revenge kill Mega Gardevoir and his entire team. Mega Gardevoir did a lot of work, especially since he didn't bring Mega Banette, which could Shadow Sneak me. And he didn't bring Exploud, which can't soak my Mega Gardevoir's hits. Skarmory basically gets free rocks this turn, as he's going to go into his Piloswine. And now I'm expecting him to go for rocks, so I'm going to switch into my Rotom-Wash. He actually clicks Stone Edge, which does a lot of damage. I'm going to click the Toxic on the Piloswine now, because I want to put the Piloswine on a timer. I'm trying to weaken his team to a degree where Venomoth can sweep, and Piloswine needs to be really weakened for Venomoth to be able to kill it at +1. So I'm going to land the Toxic, as he actually Ice Shards me and doesn't kill me. I don't know if he was calculating that or not, but there was no way in my mind that Ice Shard was killing Rotom-Wash from that range. It's a resistant hit, and Piloswine doesn't hit as hard as Mamoswine. Maybe Mamoswine could have picked me off, but not Piloswine. So now I actually get off a Shadow Ball on this thing. Oh, sorry, I go into my Skarmory, because he's going to kill me with the next Ice Shard, sorry. And I wanted to save Rotom-Wash for later, or potentially I can get it in on Melodic. Toxic the Melodic, or Thunderbolt the Melodic, now that his electric immunity, or his main electric immunity is down. Skarmory comes in here, and it just tanks the hit, and I get the Iron Head. I get the crit, didn't really matter. It looked like it was going to be a 2-hit KO with the Toxic damage anyways, and I'm just going to claim my kill on the Piloswine, which is really huge, because Venomoth kind of has a field day once Lucario is weakened. Arcanine, if it's banded, it doesn't have recovery, so I just need the Melodic weakened a little bit, or I need the Melodic asleep with my Venomoth so that I can set up on it. Arcanine's going to come in here, and I'm just going to sack off my Rotom-Wash. It's my best play at this time. I can get in Mega Gardevoir, which is faster than this, and clean it up. As he's just going to Flare Blitz, it's his best play. He may or may not have actually killed Skarmory there. It depended if he was adamant or not, I think. Mega Gardevoir comes in for free here and is just going to claim a kill with Hyper Voice. He doesn't have the best ways to deal with Mega Gardevoir. He has to go into Lucario, taking more chip damage. I get to go into Skarmory. He's taking more chip damage from Life Orb, which is overall just good for me. Here I'm going to eat the Stone Edge really well, and just be able to Iron Head him. That does a lot more damage than I was expecting. I think this turn I go for the Roost, as he goes Melodic. I do go for the Roost, yeah. I should have Whirlwinded, potentially, but now I'm going to Whirlwind this Melodic out, because I can't deal with the Melodic on my Skarmory. I get more chip damage on the Lucario. Now he shows the close combat. I think I clicked Iron Head this turn. And now this next turn I'm just going to Roost, because he's going to kill himself to Life Orb Recoil, or he's going to kill himself switching in on rocks. Either way, I'd rather be at full health, or as close to full as I possibly can. And at this point, Skarmory is basically dead. It's pretty much dead. In comes the Latios. I think I decide to Iron Head him here. Scout out what he wanted to do. That did a lot more than I was expecting. He shows leftovers, so we know he's not Z. And I have to Whirlwind him now that he's got a Calm Mind up. That's very threatening. A Thunderbolt will kill me. Luckily, I can go into my Weavile after that, because I'll be faster, and Pursuit will kill, but that's kind of my play. Psychic, he shows Psychic. That's clearly his best thing to hit me with, and I just get to Whirlwind him into Melodic. Here I think he Scald Burns me, and it's just sort of like a stall fest, as he doesn't kill me with the Scald, and I Roost stall for a while. Skarmory is completely worthless to me, so I'm trying to get some damage on the Melodic, and Iron Head's only doing like 4%, so it's not really worth my time, and I'm actually just wasting turns here, which is my bad. I really probably shouldn't have been doing that, because Skarmory is not doing anything anymore. He gets the crit on the Scald as I get the Iron Head off, and now the next Scald is going to kill me. He's at full HP anyways. I'm going to go into Gardevoir on this next turn and taunt him again, because I think he might want to Toxic me, but now that he's seen the taunt, he's prepared for it. I should have clicked Wish this turn, because I actually die to 2 Scalds after my Wish. So that was a misplay on my part. and I'm just going to get some damage off with the Hyper Voice, as he's going to take out my Mega Gardevoir. Bad play on my part. But Venomoth can come in here. It can get a Quiver Dance off. We'll see what he wants to do. I think he chose to recover. No, he chose to Ice Beam for some reason. Maybe thinking I was a Flying type. I think that's probably the most likely thing, is he thought Venomoth was a Flying type. But now I'm +1/+1/+1. 2 Bug Buzzes will kill this thing, but I'm actually going to put it to sleep so that it can't recover. Pretty lucky that I hit that, to be honest. 75% accurate move. And now 2 Bug Buzzes will kill. I kind of have to hope that he won't wake up so that I'm as healthy as possible, but he does get the first turn wake, gets the Scald off, and gets the Scald burn. Quite unfortunate, but another Bug Buzz kills this thing, and then another Bug Buzz will kill the Latios, as long as I don't die to burn plus Life Orb, which I don't. So in comes the Latios, and I'll be able to get one more Life Orb hit off before I die. And so we're going to pick up the win 2-0. Venomoth putting in the finest of work there at the end. Weavile did what it had to do. It wasn't the Pursuit Trap that I was expecting, but it was a Pursuit Trap. I misplayed with the Gardevoir, and misplayed with the Incineroar. I totally forgot about Close Combat. I kind of didn't expect Close Combat, to be honest, on the Arcanine. It didn't make a lot of sense, but it makes a lot of sense in that it was his way to hit Incineroar. Skarmory I think I played pretty well with, and Rotom-Wash I played well given the set that I was running. HP Poison was completely worthless. I really should have had like Hydro Pump maybe, or Volt Switch, I guess. Toxic was pretty useful, ended up being able to beat the Piloswine pretty easily. That's pretty much it for this game. Just a clean win to get us back into the game. Next week we play Brady or Echo Reaver and his Denver Rapidash, so keep an eye out for that match, and I will catch you guys later.